What if I told you the US government just cut itself a direct slice of corporate revenue from companies doing business overseas? Not through taxes, not through tariffs, but through a secretive, unprecedented deal that ties corporate profit directly to government coffers. That's right, we've entered a new era where national security concerns can be negotiated for the right price. Today's story is about how two of America's biggest tech giants, Nvidia and AMD, have agreed to hand over 15% of their China chip sales directly to Washington, in exchange for something they desperately wanted: permission to keep selling their most advanced AI chips to China. This is not a rumor, this is not speculation, this is the deal. And it could rewrite the rules of global trade, tech supremacy, and even how national security is defined in the United States. In a stunning and controversial move, both Nvidia and AMD have agreed to funnel a portion of their China revenue straight into US government hands. We're talking about their crown jewels, Nvidia's H20 AI chip and AMD's MI308. These are not ordinary processors. They are weapons-grade technology in the age of artificial intelligence. The kind of chips that can train advanced AI models, power supercomputers, and, yes, be used in next-generation military systems. Until recently, the US had completely banned their export to China. The reason? National security. Washington argued that letting China have access to these chips could turbocharge Beijing's AI military projects, from autonomous drones to hypersonic weapons and advanced cyber warfare tools. That was the line in the sand. No chips, no exceptions. But then, something changed. It's June. Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang walks into the White House to meet with Donald Trump. Behind closed doors, they talk trade, tech, and the future of AI dominance. 2 days later, just 2 days, the US Commerce Department begins issuing export licenses for Nvidia's H20 chips. Within the week, AMD gets approval for their MI308. What happened in those 48 hours? Why did a supposedly ironclad national security restriction get reversed so quickly? The answer? Money. According to the Financial Times, the US struck a deal. Nvidia and AMD can sell to China again, but they must hand over 15% of every dollar they make from those chip sales directly to the US government. It's a pay-to-play arrangement. Except instead of lobbying, it's a built-in profit share with the federal government itself. Bernstein analysts estimate Nvidia could sell 1.5 million H20 chips in China by 2025. That's $23 billion in sales, which means roughly $3.4 billion going straight into Washington's pockets. For AMD, the numbers are still under wraps, but the 15% rule applies just the same. Let's be clear, this has never happened before in US export control history. Export controls are supposed to be about values, security, and protecting strategic interests. They are framed as non-negotiable, the very foundation of keeping advanced tech out of the wrong hands. But this deal tells a different story. That national security can have a price tag, that restrictions can vanish if the check is big enough. Critics are calling it hypocrisy at the highest level. One national security analyst put it bluntly: this isn't export control, it's export control for sale. If you ask Washington why these export controls were created in the first place, they'll tell you this: advanced chips are dual-use technology. They can run your smartphone, or they can guide a hypersonic missile. They can power ChatGPT, or they can power a military surveillance AI. In other words, civilian and military uses. So the logic went: don't sell to China, keep the edge. Preserve US dominance in AI, military tech, and semiconductor design. This was part of a broader tech decoupling strategy, a way to slow China's military modernization and protect America's technological lead. And yet, in the span of one closed-door meeting, those security concerns were reclassified as negotiable. Not everyone is staying quiet. A group of 20 former US officials, including Trump's former Deputy National Security Advisor Matt Pottinger, have issued a formal warning to the Commerce Department. Their message? Sending these chips to China will supercharge Beijing's AI capabilities, especially in military applications. But here's the reality: the licenses have been granted, the deals are signed, the money will flow. This isn't just about Nvidia or AMD, this is about how the US now does business with the world. Trade policy is becoming transactional. You want access to a restricted market? Pay up. You want a national security ban lifted? Write a check. It's a dangerous precedent because it blurs the line between national interest and commercial profit. If this works for semiconductors, what's next? Weapon systems, quantum computing, biotechnology? Let's zoom out. The US and China are locked in a strategic tech war. The battlefield isn't just military, it's in labs, factories, and server farms. Every chip, every piece of code, every AI breakthrough is a weapon in this silent conflict. At the same time, Trump is rumored to be preparing for a summit with Xi Jinping. Trade tensions are high, but both sides are looking for leverage. And here's the twist. Sources say the Commerce Department has been told to freeze any new export controls for now, to keep the negotiations smooth. In other words, no sudden moves that could upset Beijing before the big meeting. So, is this 15% deal a one-time compromise? Or is it the new normal? If other industries see that restrictions can be bypassed with the right revenue-sharing deal, we could be looking at policy for sale diplomacy. Washington can present it as a win-win. Companies keep their market access. The government gets a cash flow. But the risk? It could erode trust in U.S. policy, both domestically and among allies. It signals that national security isn't absolute. It's negotiable. We are left with a haunting question. Is this a bold strategy to maintain U.S. tech dominance while filling government coffers? Or is it a dangerous concession that could fuel the very military competition America says it wants to prevent? Either way, this deal is historic. It's unprecedented. And it shows us something that many suspected but few could prove. In Washington, everything is for sale, if you name the right price. What do you think? Is this a smart move? Or a betrayal of national security? Drop your thoughts below. And remember, the more we understand how these deals are made, the better we can see the game being played. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden stories shaping global power. I'll see you in the next one.